Welcome back to Live, Laugh, Luke, and we ship Janet Hamner out, and we've got the one, the only Maisie Adam. Woo!
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Delight to be here.
We were just
Love
talking.
what you've done with the place.
We were talking about the set, weren't we? We said big fan of Barbara.
Big fan of Barbara. Big fan of the Spice Girls.
And which Spice Girl were you?
Obviously Mel C. I'm sat here in a football shirt.
I thought you were going to say Posh Spice.
Are you? Come on, give over.
Joking.
It was Mel C with a hint of Mel B, just for the Leeds element.
Which
Leeds
think I was. And don't go for the obvious, because it's not that.
No. And also, like, isn't she a raging Tory now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Which one do you think it was?
I think actually I get a little bit... I'm looking at how much, like, lovely sort of pale pink is in here, and I'm thinking a bit of Baby Spice. Do you know what I mean?
That was me.
I do think there's a little bit of Baby Spice with you.
Yeah, the thing is, I actually don't like pink because gingers can't wear pink.
Oh, yeah, it does wash you out, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's not the best.
Yeah.
I was always baby because I was the youngest of the family, so when I used to put performances on...
I can see you in pigtails, for sure.
Thanks.
I really can.
Thank you so much.
So you're Baby Spice, but maybe with the wardrobe of Posh for the dark tones.
Yes. Have you ever met any of them?
Yeah, Mel C. I did Soccer Aid. Well, I've done it the last 4 years, which is a mad experience because you're just playing football with, like, your childhood heroes from football, but also then, like, it's really weird. You'll be training with people that you've grown up watching World Cups and, like, Ollie Murs. It's really weird.
It's like it's like
really
you've taken
odd.
acid.
And also, like, you have, like, you train for like 3 days in the run up to it. So you're at this, like, training camp. So there's things like you have to go downstairs for dinner, and it is like the first day of school. Like, you've got a little tray and you're going along, and then you'll be like, you'll go for the chicken wings at the same time as someone. You look up and it's Robbie Williams, and you're like, oh, sorry, no, after you. So it's really weird. But Mel C was there my first Soccer Aid, and that was kind of huge because I tried to play it cool.
Yeah.
My friend Susie, who I do my podcast with, she is a massive Mel C fan as well, and she told me this hilarious story that she met Mel C at an event as an adult, but she meant a lot to Susie growing up. And Susie was introduced by Ellen Carr to her and sort of freaked out and ended up saying the words, I love you and I always have and I always will. And Alan had to take her away. So that was like playing in my head when I met Mel C, and I was like, play it cool, don't do what Susie did.
Yeah.
So I played it quite cool at Soccer Aid, got away with it. And then literally like a week later, I was at Glastonbury and I saw her and she saw me in the crowd.
So did I.
Oh my God. It was such a good set, wasn't it?
So did I.
She's like wall-to-wall bangers.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And but I saw her in the crowd and then she saw me. So she came over for a hug. And I swear to God, I've never felt cooler than in front of a Mel C crowd. Mel C comes over and hugs you. Yeah. I felt like the sixth Spice Girl.
What spice would you be if you had to name your spice?
Cheap Spice.
I think I can relate to that.
Bargain Spice.
Bargain bucket spice.
That's me,
Yeah.
Bargain Spice. The whole outfit would come to no more than £5.
Yeah, I think mine is resting bitch face spice.
Yes.
Bit of a mouthful.
Yeah.
But
it you know,
does the job.
I think it does the job, and you want to be specific.
Or
about
cold
the niche.
spice.
You've got to, Cold Spice maybe rolls off the tongue a bit.
Let's do that. Cold spice.
Cold Spice and Bargain Spice. We're willing to audition if they're ready for it. I mean, we all know Victoria's not going to do a reunion, so.
No. Can you sing?
Oh no, but can.
Don't talk about my godmother like that. You cannot.
I didn't say which
You allude
one.
Yeah.
I didn't say
Fair
which
enough.
one.
We'll leave it there.
It wasn't shots fired in a particular direction. It was just a shot fired into
somewhere.
Into Spice World.
Not Spice World. Have you ever seen the film?
Of course I've seen the film. Every time I see a double-decker bus, I go, I wonder if it can jump across Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
Driven by Richard E. Grant. And
then when you go in a double-decker bus, you go, this is not bigger than the Spice bus.
Yeah, why is there not...
Why is there not a bed?
Yeah, why is there not a leopard print bed? Wow, TFL. Yeah.
We need that on a streaming site.
Yeah.
Because it's nowhere.
I feel like it's a real part of, like, the cultural DNA of this country. I feel like it's a good judge of character.
Yeah, if you watch the film.
Somebody's not seen Spice World, I just know...
I'm not going to fuck with him.
Yeah.
No.
I think I might start doing that. You know, when you go to a mate's wedding and you get sat with people you don't know, maybe that should just be opening question.
Yeah, your icebreaker.
Yeah. Have you watched Spice World? Because if not, this conversation ends here.
I would go, what scene's your favourite bit in Spice World?
Yeah.
And if it's anything to do with like the aliens, you know, you're not a proper fan.
Yeah,
But if
exactly.
it's something to do with jumping over like Tower Bridge,
Then we're going to vibe on the dance floor later on.
100%.
But yeah, if it's not that, then we'll just crack on with the main course.
Yeah. I danced once in front of Mel C.
You
Yeah.
danced in front of Mel C.
I danced in front of her.
That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
she's got moves.
And it was to a Spice Girls song.
Which one?
Holler.
Oh my god! Oh, that's a tricky beat to find.
Yeah, R&B. This is when they were in like the Jerry's gone, let's find
Yeah.
our own like kind of
Yeah.
vibe. And I was dancing like this and she shimmied at me. And at the end I said to my manager, I was like, I really want to meet her. Like, I need to meet her. And I've never met a Spice Girl and I'm obsessed with them. It's actually quite glad I didn't meet her because
Yeah.
I feel like I probably would have cried. And they will go into like fan mode then when they
Do you
go,
think
oh,
they?
don't worry
Do you
about
think?
it.
Yeah, that's it. They're just used to it, and
Yeah.
that is such a good impression of people around celebrities around their fans. where
Yeah.
they're just, you can see they go, oh, not this again.
Yeah.
And they do hug like that, don't they?
They go,
just sort
oh,
of
no
fan
problem.
back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
but there's total dissociation here.
they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Move
They're
on.
Sort of mouthing to their manager, get rid.
Yeah. Or like they give the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't meet her. She got whisked away by security and went home.
Of course she did. She's Mel C.
Yeah.
I think it's good that you were dancing to Holler,
Yeah.
because I think if you got one of the more upbeat ones in front of Mel C, you'd have to attempt a high kick.
I can
like
do
she
a high kick.
Of course you can.
I could do a high kick.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
I cannot. And if I attempt it, someone's losing an arm.
High kick the lot.
I think you'd high kick even if the song playing was like headlines. Do you know what I mean?
It's not the best song, is
Let's
it, that
make
one?
the- See, I
Yeah.
can't high kick.
Too
I genuinely
much.
just pulled
Boom.
something.
Are you okay?
No, I can't touch my toes. I'm so unflexible.
You've just done Soccer Aid.
I know. But if you watch it back, it's apparent that I'm not a flexible lady when I'm running. I didn't know that I had a weird run until I did Soccer Aid, and then trust me, when you play in front of 65,000 people in a packed stadium and people watching at home on ITV, they will let you know.
Of course they will. Of course they will. Everyone's got I got once referred to, I run like a dinner lady trying to get someone off the grass.
That's so niche. Were
Like,
you in a
do you know what I mean?
tabard?
Like this. I was a bit like, fucking get off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I did actually quite like my dinner
Running to
lady.
get someone off the grass. I feel like that's somebody projecting a core childhood memory onto you.
It's like a mum
That's
jog.
Not your problem.
No, it's not. I want to talk to you about stand-up because
Okay.
that fucking terrifies me. Like, how did you even think that that is an occupation? Because how did you think up and go, yeah, I'm just going to tell loads of jokes for a room of people?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, you know, you would dance in front of Mel C because you know you can do it. I think it's sort of that thing of like,
I have got a restraining order now, though.
yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
There
yeah.
is that.
Don't high kick within 50 yards of
Yeah,
Mel
from Mel
C.
C, yeah.
I think, like, to be honest, when I was at school, like, that was my role in the group. Do you know what I mean? There's a funny one. There's a sort of like clever one. It's like the
There's a
Spice Girls
slag.
again, isn't it? There's a
slag.
posh one. There's a slag.
There's always a slag.
But people have their own spaces, and I think I was definitely like
Class clown.
class clown for sure. Like I wasn't the sort of most academic kid, but I could make everybody laugh. And I really liked that, and it gave me kind of a sense of where to be in a group. Which sounds really sad, but it just sort of like, there's the sporty one, you know, some people are dead good at sports at school and that's their like currency.
Yeah.
But like, I think just at school I loved making people laugh, and it's still carried through now. Like,
Yeah.
and I get bored so easily. I think that's the other thing. I get bored so easy,
same.
and routine I find like genuinely terrifyingly dreadful. Like I like spontaneity, and I like
We're the same person, I
creating.
think.
Do you know what I mean?
Have you got ADHD?
No, not as far as I'm aware. And I
No.
really don't want to be one of those people that's like, I think I've got it, because I like
not
colour
sure.
coordination.
Yeah.
But I think I just really like creativity, and it's fine that some people don't. Some people, you know, I've got mates who they really love the routine of their job. They really love that it's the same people every day, and it's like they know what they're doing, they know where they're going. I hate that, and I really like that every night I get to make a different group of people laugh about a different bunch of things said in different orders in different towns.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you always have like for people who say wanting to start stand up, do you have like some sort of script in your head that you learn before you go on? Is there like a structure?
Got, like, you've well, not a script. I think I've seen people who have gotten into stand up, and I think somebody at some point has told them, advised them to do a script, and I always want to say, don't do that, because it's so obvious. Stand up, the whole thing is that you're like live and in that room and feeding off the audience and able to work with stuff. And you see sometimes stand-ups go out and they've got their little script in their head, and you might as well be doing it on Zoom. You know, like you'll be in that room with those people. So I think you've got a rough idea of what you're going to talk about, and you know, when you go on tour, you've got a show that you've written, sure, but you still need to be able to deal with a heckle, or you need to be able to deal with somebody dropping a glass, or like the tech cutting out. You have to be present in space. So I think it's sort of like, be prepared, but that being prepared is very different to having a script that you follow.
How do you deal with a heckle? Because I think I'd end up like fucking going home and have a toaster bath.
No, you're absolutely fine.
I could not do that.
Do you know why you'd be absolutely fine? Because everybody that tries to heckle is dreadful at comedy. Like they are either just drunk, or they have a sort of misconception of like their level of like, oh, I'm a bit funny, I'm the funniest one of the lads. But you're going up against a stand-up comedian who is on their 52nd date of a 100-date tour. They're sharp, they're ready, and they have little put-downs ready in their back pocket.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to heckle, it has to be
top notch.
It has to be top notch, and it nearly always isn't.
Yeah.
It's sort of... First of all, I think people think heckling happens way more than it does. It doesn't happen very often. And when it does, it's inaudible, and you'll go, what was that? And it's like silence. They completely realise, oh God, I've made a hall full of, 800 people be quiet because I said something, and now they're asking me to say it again, and I think my heart is in my arsehole.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's just very... I don't want to go on the record and be like, I like it, because now people will come and be like, yeah, we'll come and heckle her. But like, bring it in a way.
If I was to heckle you now...
If you genuinely think you can come to a tour show and you think you'll have the best light, bring it. Like,
if I heckle you now, would you know what to say to me?
It would depend what your heckle was, but like...
Shall I try it?
Well, yeah, you can, but it's like, what are you going to heckle about? Because...
You're not doing a stand-up. I can try.
I'm not doing stand-up. So normally a heckle would be about something that we've been talking about. You can try and heckle.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Boring.
I mean, this already isn't a heckle because you've gone, ready?
Yeah. Boring.
I mean, I don't think it is boring. I'm answering the questions you've asked me.
Get on with it.
Get on with it. Get on with it. Yeah, I mean, that's down to you. What's the next question? Is it a well-researched question? Is it a question I won't have had in any other podcast record before? Is it a podcast question, like all the podcast questionnaires are? Or is it a well-researched one? Because I know you'll have done your research. What is the next question? Let's hear it now we've built it up. Go on.
Have you ever told a joke that the audience hated?
Oh, that's so original.
I'm obsessed. So you just kind of make him feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I
feel like I need to. You look a bit sort of.
Oh no, I always get it. I'm always a bit warm.
It's all love.
Yeah, it's all love. So that was what you would say to him, just like trying to isolate them and be like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't want them to be piping up all night. They've piped up because they think they're the funniest one in the room. And they're not. And you need to sort of put them in their place a little bit.
But the actual question is, have you ever had a joke that
the actual question
have you ever had a joke that didn't land and you went, shit, that was awful?
Like, you have to do that though. You have to do that. That's how you learn, and that's how, like, it sounds corny, but like the only way you can get better is by gigging and gigging and gigging.
Yeah.
And if you only gig and have great gigs all the time, and you can still have a great gig with some jokes that didn't quite land. Like, I'm doing previews at the moment for my tour, and sometimes you've added in a bit of new material, and like, I'll write it in the day and be like, that is a brilliant joke, and I'll say it and it'll get like a titter, and you'll be like, oh, okay, never mind. And then sometimes you can turn up and just say something off the cuff, and it gets a roar of laughter, and you're like, oh, fuck's sake, right now I've got to put that in the show.
Yeah.
So, like, it's difficult to kind of tell what will work until you just say it.
Yeah.
But I think if you can create a sense of, like, an occasion just and put the audience at ease, and especially if it is a preview and you can go, look, some of the jokes I'm going to say tonight I've never said before, and it will be abundantly clear if they don't work, but let's just have a laugh about it.
Yeah.
I think that's quite nice. And, like, the audience tends to quite like that because they feel like they're part of a creative thing. They're part of the show being made.
Yeah.
And they get to say that they saw a joke that will never be said ever again.
Ever.
Yeah.
Do you find with your comedy just a bit where you you probably went across the line and you thought, oh, probably shouldn't have?
I think sometimes, yeah, that's, like, definitely a part of it is remembering, like, who's this joke about, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, there's this whole thing, isn't there, of, like, punching up or punching down, but really it's like when we're laughing at that joke, who are we laughing at? Because my sense of humour is very self-deprecating, so exactly. I invite you to laugh at me, I invite you to laugh at my perceptions of the world, and I sometimes just need to check, is that what we're laughing at there? You're laughing at me and we're not laughing about this, especially if you're speaking about a group of people of whom you don't really represent.
Yeah.
That's sometimes quite, I think, important to keep in check, or people that, like, I think it's an important thing to remember. And there's definitely jokes that, like, when you're starting out, you think are funny and you think set you apart, and sometimes I just look back on and I'm like, it's not even as much of, like, oh, I regret that joke because I could get cancelled for it now. I don't believe I've ever done a joke like that. Mm-hmm. But I think there's just jokes that I look back on and go, that was just a shit joke. And, like, the butt of the joke isn't me. It's and I look like a dick for saying it.
Yeah.
Like, there's just some that but that just comes with naivety. I think, people have that, not just comedians. People have that of going, there's jokes I made at school that I thought were funny at the time, but actually you look back on and you go, oh, I was just trying to show off in front of my mates.
Yeah.
And you can't take it back, but you just have to, like, at least clock it and go, that wasn't funny. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
Learn from it and make it, like, be a better comedian.
What's your creative process when it comes to making jokes? Do you, like, lock yourself away for a bit and do it that way? Do you focus on a topic?
I so wish, honestly, Lou, I wish I was one of those people that could go on a writing retreat and just shut the windows.
Could never be me.
Yeah, I can't do it. Instead, it's chaotic, it's sporadic. Maybe I do have ADHD. But it's like, a little bit. I'll be going to sleep and I'll be thinking of something and I'm like, oh, there's something in that. That's quite funny. Quick, write it down, and I'll write it in my notes app.
That's what I do.
Go back to it in the morning. Yeah, but then, like, I don't write it in long form. I write, like, 3 words. So I wake up next morning and it just says pink turtles. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Still don't know.
Yeah.
Still don't know.
Yeah. Do you find you're more creative at night?
Yeah. Yeah. I think just your brain's more warmed up, isn't it? You've spoken to people.
It's because you've done the whole day, and then when you're trying to relax, it's like, don't forget this, and this, everything pops in.
Completely, yeah. You're like, will my fridge set on fire? Like, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Have I left the iron on?
Yeah.
I've ironed for 5 years, but have I left it on?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Have you ever performed at a gig and it was, like, the worst gig you've ever done?
Yeah, there's, like, obviously there's some shockers that you're always going to get. I remember there's a gig in Guildford that is it's advertised as a comedy and curry night. So it's in this, like,
I love that.
Yeah, it's in this, like, theatre venue thing, but it's not in the theatre. It's in, like, the small room to the side of the theatre where they've just put chairs out. I don't even think there's tables. I think maybe people are having to eat curry on their lap.
Is this someone's front room?
It might as well be. And it's when I first started in comedy, this was like, there's a big agency, and this agency has lots of gigs all around the country. And I was trying to impress this agency by taking lots of their gigs, but they hadn't signed me. But I was like, I bet if I do that curry gig in Guildford, they'll sign me. And I went and did it, and it was so bad. Like, but it was bad from the start. Like, the host went on and wasn't getting any laughs, and he had quite good material. The opener went on and, like, got very little out of them. And I'd been going, like, 8 months, and I did this. I was only meant to be there for, like, 10 minutes. And I remember it was so silent after one of my jokes, I heard someone snap a Poppadom. It was so bad. It was so, like, I don't think there's a bleaker sound. I just sort of said my punchline and went up at the end like that, waiting for the laugh, and just heard. I was like, oh my God.
How humbling.
I know. And I remember thinking, well, I've done my set that normally lasts 10 minutes, so I'll be nearly done now. And I looked at my watch and I'd done 4. It just because there'd been no laughs, it had gone so much quicker. Absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific.
Do you after certain gigs like that, do you just sit and reflect and go, shit, that was...
Yeah, you feel like you need a cold shower after.
Yeah.
Like, you need to wash it off.
I would be questioning everything. I'd be like, am I funny?
Yeah.
Am I still...
Completely. I mean, lockdown was hard for that because so much of the gigs went online.
No.
Essentially, people were gigging on Zoom, or there was a weird bit.
Were they getting tips as well? Is that right?
No.
Oh.
No. No.
Am I thinking about OnlyFans?
I think so.
Probably,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Did the comedians you were watching have their feet in the pictures?
And Foof.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
it's
so.
okay, yeah.
That wasn't me.
Right.
That wasn't me.
Okay.
Despite the rumours. But, like, it was either on Zoom or it was in car parks. Like, as in, they put a stage in a car park and then people would drive it like a sort of drive-in movie theatre. And then they'd tune in on the radio to you there, and they'd just be sat watching you. But obviously you can't hear anybody laugh because you're on a stage in a car park and everybody else is in their car. So people would beep their horn if they were laughing, which was pretty bleak.
Better than a Poppadom.
Better than a Poppadom. Zoom was bad because sometimes some gigs were run like where you could hear everybody, and it was great because you could be like slagging off people's living room, and that was quite fun, like, you know, taking the mick out of people. And then other times gigs were ran quite badly on Zoom and they'd be muting the entire audience so that you could definitely hear what the comedian was saying, which is understandable, but to a degree, because you do need to hear laughter. So you just be saying your jokes, nothing. Saying your jokes, nothing. And at least with the Zoom gigs, when it's awful, you can just shut your laptop down like that and walk into the room next door and pour yourself a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when you've travelled to blooming, you know, Market Harborough to do a gig in a village hall that's tough, and then you've got to drive all the way home, that's when it's a little bit like, it's hard, yeah.
Can you imagine, like, you're saying your punchline on Zoom, you can't hear anything, but do you know how they do that clapping hands?
Yeah.
And you just see that.
It's bad. I do remember doing a gig where the MC on Zoom was like, so please welcome your first act, Maisie Adam. And then I like appeared on Zoom, and this bloke hadn't put himself on mute, and he just went, oh, woman, not for me. And just slapped his thighs and got up and walked off. But because he slapped his thighs so loudly, it went to him. Like, he went to the speaker thing. So he was like, oh, a woman, not for me. And and I just was like, oh, well, okay, thanks for coming, cheers. It was absolutely, yeah.
You need thick skin to be in that, don't you?
Yeah, but I think it's good. I think it's good to have a thick skin, and it makes you kind of... It builds you. I think then when you go on tour and you're in, you know, these lovely big rooms and there's all these people that have paid to see you and you get some knobhead heckling, I think because you've done the Comedy and Curry night in Guildford and you've done the Zoom gigs, you've done the car parks, you're like, I'm not stressed out by some PT called Liam who thinks he's a bit of a laugh. Let's have it. Like,
but it's fit though.
Yeah, annoyingly.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Last one laughing. Last one laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Did you love it?
It was great. It was so good. Obviously, they had the first season, which was last year.
Yeah.
How did you feel going into Last One Laughing season 2?
It's really scary going into something that's had such a huge reaction to the first series. Like, I kind of feel... I'm excited to see how these people that have just done the Traitors, Celebrity Traitors season 2 feel. Because I know they've just wrapped on it. And it must be so scary seeing, like, you know, and it was the same with Last One Laughing. It goes so well, that first season. And then you're a bit like, how do I live up to that? And also just as, like, as a comedian and a comedy fan, it's like, it was filled with such heroes of mine. Like Bob Mortimer, he's a national treasure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd loved watching Alan on The Traitors, so I was excited when I saw him. And genuinely, we didn't know who was in.
No,
like,
did
when
you
you
not?
get booked, you genuinely don't know. So when you walk through those sliding doors, I was trying to kind of like think who would be a nightmare, who would be all right.
Trying to get you,
Yeah, and like, who will I know? You know, you know some people in comedy, but you don't know everybody. So that was quite nerve-wracking. And then Bob walked in at the end. And I was like, are you joking? Because we all were asked in our interviews, who would be your nightmare person to be in there with? And I think loads of us said Bob, because we were like, anyone who watched season 1 knows Bob is lethal. He's so funny.
So straight-faced.
But we were all like, oh, but no worries. He was in season 1, so no problem. And they kept it secret that it was Winner Stays On. So, yeah, it was when he walked through, we were all like, oh, my God, no.
When did it film?
July last summer.
And am I right in saying it was just a day that you were in there?
Yeah, a whole day.
A whole day.
So I was actually in Switzerland because I was the Women's Euros was on for the whole of July last summer, and I was there for the whole month following the tournament. So I'd flown out, I'd done this gig for the Lionesses, and then had to fly back. Basically, like, got into my hotel at like 11:30 at night, and then we had to be up at 6. And it was a 13-hour shoot of being in a room with no natural daylight, with some of your comedy heroes, except none of them are laughing at your jokes. So it's a real, like, head fuck, really. It was quite... But it was also simultaneously really good fun.
Yeah.
And that kind of messes with your head, because you're going, am I having the best time ever because I'm here with Bob Mortimer and Mel Giedroyc, or am I having the worst time ever because none of them think I'm funny? It's really scary.
It's a weird concept, isn't it? Because people at home are pissing themselves laughing. Are like, oh my God, that was so funny. But being in a situation where your job is to make people laugh.
Yeah.
And you're in a room and no one's laughing.
Yeah. And like, as I said earlier, like that's my thing of like, if I can make people laugh, I feel that's what I love doing. And you're like, there's making people laugh, and then there's making your comedy heroes laugh, and that feels amazing. If ever I'm on panel shows with people I've grown up admiring or whatever, and I get to make them laugh, it feels really special, you know. It's like it's like Mel C saying you're a good dancer. You're like, oh wow, that's amazing. Like you were the one that inspired me to do it.
It kind of gives you like a sort of like a big brain tick. In your head. It's like oh my God, I've been doing this for so long, and someone like that person appreciates what I'm doing.
Totally. So then when you're in this room and the game is for them to just stare at you blankly like this back, you're like, oh, you not only don't find me funny, but you hate me as well. You really don't like me. And then it was really weird, because then once the show had like at the end of the day, when people were all joining us through with Jimmy in the room next door, it was like all smiles and laughs and people coming up to you going, oh my, I found it so hard when you were doing that thing. You were making me laugh so much. I nearly went. And you're like, oh, okay. We did all have a nice time. It was retrospectively fun.
Did you find it hard not to laugh?
Yeah. So hard.
Yeah.
So hard. I mean, there was a few times where I nearly went. I mean, I got my first yellow card when Diane Morgan was doing her poetry reading with the fart machine.
That was one of the most funniest things I have seen.
But I also think what was difficult was what gets you is when you can tell somebody else is going.
Yeah.
That gets you. So like Diane Morgan, when she started, I was like, I'm okay here. I'm all right. And then I could feel Bemi sat next to me and her shoulders were doing this. And then I looked over at Alan, and Alan kept like having to do this with his mouth and look upwards.
And Mel was like,
so that was getting me. And it's like, if you think back to school.
Yes, I'm just going to say that.
And you're at the back of the classroom and your mate's laughing and you're laughing and the teacher keeps saying, stop laughing, it's not funny. It makes it 10 times funnier. So funny. So it was really difficult.
I would have been like pinching my legs and everything.
Yeah. There was a few times Bob was eating cheese and Diane asked him, how often do you do a big shop? And he thought she'd said, how often do you do a big shit? And I had to basically go and stick my head in a fridge for a bit. It was so hard. It was so hard not to laugh.
Who do you think was the funniest in obviously apart from yourself?
Diane's bread and butter is staying straight face.
She's dry, isn't she?
I love Philomena Kunk. It's such a good show. And like, I just think she's a master of that deadpan delivery. Alan was funny because he was so bad at it. A bit like how he was on the Traitors.
Yeah.
It's so funny watching somebody show every emotion that they're feeling internally. He shows it on his face. We saw it in Traitors. We see it in Last One Laughing. And he's just the way he talks and the way he acts is objectively so, like, it draws you in and makes you want to be giggly with him.
Yeah.
Like, so I remember like thinking, oh, I'll get him because I'm gonna like he's always on the edge of laughing. But then you start to, and Mel was a bit similar like this. You then try to sort of make them laugh, but you end up sort of both trying not to giggle because you're both sort of like two giggly school kids. So yeah, they were difficult.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. I did. Retrospectively, though. Yeah.
And obviously, you've just announced your tour.
Yeah.
And you've added more dates.
We've added more dates.
How many more have you added?
Like, I think another 25.
Fucking hell.
I know, it's like the Eras tour.
Yeah.
Very different budget, though.
Yeah.
Very different budget, yeah.
Curry on a lap job, this one.
Yeah, I don't think she did Northampton. I don't think so.
No, I reckon she had a few people with a curry on her lap watching her.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. If you've not gone to Taylor Swift with a Lambooner on your lap, what are you doing?
That's must be terrifying, exciting, all them feelings.
All of them, all in one. And I do genuinely, Luke, it's like my favourite aspect of the job because you feel like you're doing proper comedy, I guess, in a way of like, I like going on the TV shows. I like Last One Laughing. I like panel shows.
Yeah.
And I like presenting, but ultimately there's nothing quite like being in a room full of people who are excited to see you and you're excited to perform for them, and the whole evening is just based around you making them laugh.
Yeah.
I really like that. And I like that, you know, I'm very lucky that I've been able to sort of build an audience now. My audience are really like good, fun people.
Yeah.
And I think as well, again, being lucky enough that to a point where you've built an audience, they come knowing what your style of humour is.
Yeah.
So I think the first few years of doing stand-up, you're on the circuit and there's a lot of people sort of going, right, well, what are you about then? You know, make me laugh, go on. Because you're just on a lineup. But on your tour, people have come to see you because they like you. They've seen you on things and they go, oh, I like her. So there's a bit of a kind of connection already there. And then I think people also come knowing that I'm not like a sort of roast style comedian. I'm not gonna put you down and isolate you unless you've come with that energy of trying to derail the night. But I really enjoy I always do my shows the same way. Of the first section is a bit shorter and it's largely just crowd work, and then the second section is the chunk of the show. And I really like that first section to kind of get to know them and get to know like weird little quirks of their town that they can tell me about, and we'll have a laugh about that, and it brings everybody together. And I think that's really special. And you don't get that in the TV stuff because you're all there filming something, pretending it's real and pretending that this desk is a real desk, but it's actually just a set, and they're going to move it out tomorrow because they're filming something else.
Yeah.
But you're in this theatre venue and you're genuinely chatting to this group of this hen do on the front row who are celebrating her, who's getting married in a couple of months, to this bloke who works in this department, and we have a nice little like build up thing, and we can back reference it later in the show, and they feel part of it.
Yeah.
I like creating something that everybody feels like they're in on.
Yeah. Do you find that a bit daunting now, like, because a lot of your first bit is like improvisation?
A little bit, but like I've practiced it enough.
Yeah.
You know, I gig all the time, and I know that I'm always sort of in control. It's. I mean, this is in many ways a silly analogy, but like, it's like saying to somebody on the first day of school, go and make friends, and it's terrifying because you don't know them.
Worst.
But then it's also like, by the time you've gone and spoken to strangers for years in your life, you're a little bit easier at going up to somebody on holiday in the pool and going, do you want to practice, you know, diving or whatever? Like, I don't know, like, I can't remember what you used to say on holiday, but like, it's really scary the first time you have to ask somebody if they want to be your mate.
Yeah.
And then after a while you get okay at it. Like now you get sat next to somebody at a wedding and you just you need to say, what's your favourite scene in Spice World? And then you're off. Yeah. You know what to say.
And if you don't speak to them again.
Yeah, exactly.
So the tour, when does the tour start?
Tour starts in September.
Yeah.
It's called Whatsherface, and we're going fucking everywhere. We're going everywhere.
I love that.
But it's fun. I like it. I like I like turning up to towns, having a little walk round, and like finding some weird little quirky facts about them, or like the audience telling you them. Like, I went to this place, Whitehaven, a few years back, and like the gig ended up feeling a bit like that Jackie Weaver Zoom call, because they were all just sort of chiming in about things they took umbrage with in their town to tell me. Like it's a harbour town, and their harbour, the water had turned orange, and they weren't happy about it. But they all had different opinions on who to blame about it, and it did start to feel like a parish council meeting, but obviously like we were having a laugh about it. So I really like it. Yeah, it starts in September. We're running right through to November, have a break for Christmas, and then we've added more dates for 2027.
Have you started like writing it yet?
Yeah. I'm previewing it at the moment, so it's sort of, it's got the bare, bones of it, and I'm just sort of sometimes going like, maybe move that bit there or move back that bit round there, and also like stuff will happen over the next 6 months that you're going to have to talk about. Do you know what I mean? Like that's always something. You can have a show, but you've got to be able to. Anybody who's watching the news at the moment, there's always something that you're like, okay, that joke might not work because we might have a different prime minister by that time, or that band might have split up by that time, or like loads and loads of stuff can happen.
Yeah, you've just done Soccer Aid. We talked about it at the start. Do you enjoy doing Soccer Aid? Because that is daunting, babe. Coming out with all them people.
Yeah. I love it though. I love it. I mean, what I like about it is like, I'm allowed to feel daunted by it. Like with stand-up, you're like, it's daunting, but it's your job.
Yeah.
You need to do it well. Soccer Aid, like, I'm a football fan. That's what I'm there to be. I'm the comedian who likes football. So, like, I know, exactly. But, like, this is what really cracks me up about Soccer Aid, is they get, obviously, former professionals who have proven everything they need to prove in the work. Like
Wayne Rooney.
Do you know what I mean? They've won a lot of them, everything there is. They've had World Cup winners, they've had Euros winners, they've had like Ballon d'Or nominees and winners. It's huge. And then they get like non-professional celebrities to take part. And so you're like, I'm a comedian who loves football. Nobody's tuning in because they think I'm going to be the world's best footballer. Like, and actually, it's kind of cool that I get to be here and kind of fangirl about it. Like, that's what I find really hilarious. And we were talking this time, it's so funny. And it's been the same the last 4 years I've done it. And I love Soccer Aid. But it's like, you get the professionals who are so chill because they've proven everything they need to prove. They know that this is a charity football match. They're just having a bit of fun. They've got nothing to prove. So they're like, yep, let's have a great time. Let's raise lots of money for UNICEF. Let's have a good vibe at camp. And then let's have a great day on Sunday. And then there's the sort of tier of celebrity that I would say I'm in, which is like, just here to have a fun time. This is amazing. I'm playing with my childhood heroes. I'm playing with those people whose albums I've bought. I'm playing with these people whose dramas I've watched on telly. This is really cool. And then there's like a band of the celebs who are not professional footballers, but genuinely think they could have gone pro.
But they had a knee damage.
They had a knee, but the knee,
always
the knee.
ACL.
It's always the knee. And they sometimes, there are just times where you're like, you do know this is a charity football match and we are here just to raise money, and like, it's okay if people make a bad pass.
Yes.
That's fine. Like, let's be encouraging of each other rather than all pretending we're doing a trial for the England team here.
Yeah.
And I do find it quite funny that sometimes of like the balancing of those.
Yeah.
Like, I just find it quite embarrassing that you could be somebody being like, I've heard this before, people going, we need to get our head in the fucking game on Sunday because we can't do what we did in training today. We can't be doing that on Sunday. And you're saying this in front of a former professional footballer who has represented their country. And that person's like, mate, it's fine.
It's charity.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. It's fine.
My friend who was in it, well, Chloe and GK, and I saw that GK did a pass and she cheered.
Yes.
She like praised herself. She went, yes.
And then Tom Grennan passed it back to her, but she was too busy cheering still. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. That's it.
Well, she got rinsed online, I saw. I'm like, come on.
But like,
it's charity.
It's a charity football game.
Yeah.
And like, if you're tuning in to watch world-class football, spoiler alert, there's a tournament this summer that I think you're going to love.
What is it?
It's called the World Cup. So
right,
like,
never
all
heard
of the best footballers in the world, right? Imagine this. They get together and they play. So the professional footballers, this is going to blow your mind, play professional football.
Wow.
And they all compete to win the trophy that says they're the best in the world. So it's almost like there's something for these people.
Stop it. I didn't know that.
And you'll never guess this. Soccer Aid isn't that. It's not the World Cup. They're two separate things.
I thought they were the same thing.
No. So that's it. I think these people that are giving, Grace and Chloe shit, they've got confused. They think that they're watching the World Cup.
Right.
And I can see how it happens. Both are on the telly.
Yeah.
Both are on ITV, some of them. But no, it cannot be stressed enough. The World Cup is for the pros. Soccer Aid, just charity, just a laugh. Just enjoy yourself.
Do you know what? I'm so glad you got that off your chest and to tell people, because I think
Spread the word, honestly, 'cause I don't think
lot of people
know.
are confused
No, I think
about
a lot
that.
of people know. A lot of people tuning in and giving Grace shit don't know about it, and a few people at Soccer Aid don't know it.
Yeah.
They think it's the World Cup.
I mean, it's fucking mind-boggling, isn't it?
It's. I mean, it is quite objectively funny watching. Yeah, somebody whose job isn't football losing their mind over the fact football hasn't been world-class standard for the last few days. And you're like, you're a podcaster, chill out.
Literally.
No names. I'll tell you after.
Okay, probably guess who it is.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on to Touch My Balls. So in here is all confession.
You'd never ask.
Oh, yeah. Handle my pink balls. So I'm going to give it a spin.
Okay.
Oh, look that way.
They're hefty balls, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I want to get them checked.
Oh.
It's not helpful with
look
the
at
sounds. The sounds are not helpful.
I know they're not, especially for the listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not watching the audio version has just gone, just touch my balls, and then heard you go, Yeah.
Sorry, Mum.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope this is a juicy one, because they are unhinged.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Hi, Luke. I went on a night out once and I all of a sudden got so horny, I went to the cubicle to sort myself out. The bouncer thought I was doing other things in there, but I was just finishing.
Thoughts, feelings?
He went on a night out and then had a wank. That's
Correct.
That's the crux of this story, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but imagine the bouncer knocks on. You're doing coke in there. No, I'm actually having a wank.
Yeah. Yeah. Some respect, please.
I'm actually finishing myself off.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with any narcotics. I'm actually just having a wank.
Oh, God.
What are your thoughts,
I mean,
feelings?
in many ways, it involves a white substance, doesn't it?
There is that.
You know, so
Yeah.
really... The
Well,
bouncer
you
was
wouldn't
onto
put that up my
something.
nose, would you?
Well, no. But we don't kink shame.
No, we don't.
Kink shame.
We don't.
If you want to put yours up your nose, do your thing, girl.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know why they got so horny on the night out that there was no other option but to go and have a wank.
Maybe something to do with seeing their ex on the dance floor and thinking to themselves, oh my God, I'm either going to cheat or I need to go have a wank.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just playing. Yeah.
I don't think I'm trying to sort of scan my brain for times I've gone on a night out.
And you were
I
horny.
can't say I've ever. Don't get me wrong. I've sometimes looked across the dance floor and thought, "What a
Fair.
lovely face," but I've never thought I must go to the loo and double click my mouse.
Do you know what? What a great
Why
term.
did you shut your eyes when I said that?
I think I was picturing it. What a great terminology that is.
Well, you know, it's hashtag women in tech.
Double click your mouse.
Click your mouse. Yeah. I mean, did they get kicked out?
Probably if the bouncer's knocked on.
If they think it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good look, is it? To be, especially if your ex is there and they suddenly look over and you're being dragged out by a bouncer going, "No, you've misunderstood. I was just having a wank."
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
It's not.
No.
Any advice? Wait till you
think,
get home?
I would say to this person, wank before you go out, maybe.
Yeah.
Wank before,
Yeah.
and then if you get horny, even if you're not horny before you go out, wank before you go out. And then if you get horny on the night out, you're like, the tank's empty.
I also feel like if you do want before you go out, you're more likely to make better decisions.
Yes, you're a clear head.
Because you're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go with my ex because it's not that taken over.
Yeah.
Because you've already sorted that out.
Yes, you need to be like, you need to be of sound mind.
Yes.
Sound mind. Yes, absolutely.
That's our advice.
Get yourself sorted before you go.
Fab. What great advice from us both.
I think so. So. You don't want to be going on a night out like a boxer. You know, boxers don't have sex before they have a fight. You know this.
No.
Boxers have a ban. They're not allowed to have sex or wank because they need all the hormones.
For how long? Just for one day?
No, I think there must be. I mean, I don't know. I suppose it depends how your libido is. I've never asked a boxer like what the longest is they've gone without a wank.
Why not?
I don't know, really. I'm now thinking, God, obviously that's the question you ask. But yeah, they're not allowed to because they need to be all pent up energy. And I think that's why you shouldn't be going on a night out with the same energy as a boxer before a fight.
I do feel sorry for like
Turning up in your dressing gown with your hood up, like ready.
I feel sorry for the wives of boxers after that match
Oh my God, I know.
they are in for a fucking
Yes.
quickest 2 seconds of their life.
Yes, and they've got a black eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hot.
Really? Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
you
too
not?
much of an empath. I'd be like, are you all right? Do you want ice on that?
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, fucking, do you want me to black the other one?
Oh,
I
I
would.
think you might need to go and have a moment in the loo.
Shut up.
I think so. I'll
My
wait.
mum's in the room now.
Okay. Oh,
Maybe not. Anyway, let's move on.
So proud.
We're going to go to the last section. I'm going to tell you the worst dad jokes ever.
okay.
And you've got to try not to laugh.
Okay.
It's a bit like Last One Laughing, but on a budget.
Can I tell you?
Go on.
GK Barry did the exact same thing.
Fuck off.
No,
Did she?
No, honestly, but you guys are really original, so it's good.
Right. Obviously, you didn't listen to my podcast. Okay, let's start with a shit one.
Mm-hmm. We'll start off with a shit one, which suggests
They're all
going to
shit.
get better.
No, they're all shit.
Okay.
Are you a dad joke kind of person?
Yeah, I think they have to be told by a dad, though. Like they have
What
to.
about a
Have,
daddy?
yeah, sure. Are we ready? Is that really changed the vibe?
I know,
didn't it?
I'm so sorry about
Yeah.
that. Really made that weird.
I do like a dad joke, but like if they're told as a dad joke, do you know what I mean?
Okay, I'll give my best dad impression. Why did the coffee file a police report?
I don't know. Why did the coffee file a police report?
It got mugged. Okay. Just when you thought food couldn't call you on the phone, boom, onion rings. Okay.
I think I heard a Poppadom snap.
I bet you didn't know Winnie the Pooh's grandma's name, did you? Pooh Nanny.
I didn't love the eye contact with Pooh Nanny.
I know. At least it didn't look lower.
That added a sort of
Je ne sais quoi?
yeah.
Yeah. Want to hear a joke about construction? No, because I'm still working on it.
Yeah. That's been doing the rounds for a few years,
Yeah.
that one.
Do you know you should never play poker with a cow? And why is that? Because the stakes are too high.
The stakes are too high. It's a cow. Yeah.
Ready for this one?
I think I don't
You've got
think
no
I have a
choice, really, have
do
you?
I? No.
Why did the bike fall over? Because it was too tired.
How do you think this is going?
Great, to be fair.
Yeah.
This one, can't believe I got fired from the calendar factory. All I did was take a day off.
Yeah.
I see a smirk.
Oh, that's not a smirk.
Is it not?
That's
Patronising kind
that's
of.
what's known in the industry as pity.
Oh, okay. I see that a lot after sex. Let me roll
See,
this.
that was your best joke there.
Oh, baby, I didn't write. I
You're
didn't
good
write
off
these.
the cuff.
I am good off the cuff. There you go.
Thank you.
Also, they were awful. I also didn't know GK did it.
Okay.
We're just trying to impress you.
I just thought I should tell you.
We're trying to
in case-
impress you. Was mine better? No.
I think Grace bailed on hers, actually.
She got to give herself the ick.
I think so.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think so. Yeah. It's Maisie confession.
Oh, what's your confession?
Oh, I shouldn't have read that as Maisie confession, should I? It's a piece of paper that says Maisie confession.
I think it's your confession.
Yes, I think it probably might
Yeah,
be.
maybe.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
I am actually.
I once created a fake account to message my auntie on Facebook about furniture she was selling on Facebook Marketplace. So,
Do you know what made me laugh? You read that paper like it was on there, and it
yeah,
was just your
classically
confession.
trained.
Right, okay, fab.
Yeah, don't you worry.
Well done, you.
I've got range.
Well, fairs.
I've got range.
So you did that?
Yeah, and she still doesn't know it was me. Which is why I'm sort of nervous about telling it on this podcast. My auntie was selling furniture on Facebook Marketplace, and it was some of the most ugly furniture I've ever seen.
Obsessed.
And she was asking for very high prices as well. And we were sort of having a giggle about this. And so she would put something on and she'd be like £200 collection only. And it was minging. I was like, the British Heart Foundation wouldn't take that off you for free. So I set up an account. So it was like £200, and then it was lowered to like £150, and then it was lowered again to £100. I was like, you're in Delulu land.
Yeah.
And it was £200, and then I just started setting up this account, and I started messaging, going, will you take £99.50 plus delivery? And she was like, no, 100 please. And I was like, okay, I absolutely hear you. That makes total sense. What about £97.50? And I really enjoyed trolling her. And then she did start to write statuses being like, time wasters on Marketplace doing my nutting. And it's been me the whole time. And she still hasn't sold a bookcase.
She
still hasn't sold a bookcase because it's minging.
Yeah.
It's minging.
Is it?
Yes, but I am continuing to troll her. She's trying to sell. She's trying to sell at the moment like a set of 3 coffee tables. You know, the ones that fold into each other. I have messaged her and asked just how much for one. How much for one? She started reading it and not replying. I think she just thinks I'm some sad old man, but I'm not. I'm some sad old niece.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but like she needs to lower her expectations.
Yeah.
They're a set of like 3 plastic tables, and she's selling them for like £80 for 3, and like they're genuinely. She just needs to take them to a charity shop, and even the charity shops would be like. They wouldn't make the window. They wouldn't make the window.
Have you noticed that? I don't sell anything on Vinted. Have you noticed there's a different breed of people on Facebook Marketplace and Vinted?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it's unhinged, isn't it?
Vinted is people who are mentally well.
Yes.
And Facebook Marketplace is it's like what's that horror movie Backrooms? It's like that. It's just horrific.
Have you ever seen someone selling a mirror? On Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely horrific. And
they're in the mirror.
Yeah, they're in the mirror. And also there's nearly always a suspicious stain on the mirror.
Correct.
I think that person that went to the bathroom in the nightclub might have been...
Yeah, might have been there.
Mirror.
But also, have you seen them when they're taking a photo of the mirror and it's just the hand?
Just a hand with a phone.
Yeah, or it's a woman who's like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a hand mirror.
Yeah. There's somebody... that I've seen on Vinted that puts their cat in all the pictures. And I think they think it's cute, being like, oh, look, my cat's cute. And I just think, get your cat off the shirt that you're trying to sell me.
100%.
It's got cat hair on it.
Yeah.
I've ordered stuff before and it's arrived and it's got evidence of feline on it.
No. I think Facebook Marketplace is a wild, wild west out there.
Yeah.
Like, and also... the fucking rotters that'll turn up at your door.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I bought a sofa off Facebook Marketplace about a couple of months ago, and me and my husband went to go and get it. And when we got there, I was like, I couldn't stop judging this person's house. Do you know? I was like in there being like, God, it's mad because this sofa's lovely, but everything else in here,
the shithole.
Just I thought the sofa was really lovely, and then I got there and I started to question whether the sofa was lovely because her taste in everything else
was disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to watch this, isn't she? And going to go, that's that comedian I sold a sofa to. A lovely home. A lovely home.
I find that part of social media wild.
Yeah.
Selling a mirror and you're in the mirror.
It's also funny what some people think is an acceptable thing to sell.
Yeah, like a butt plug and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen people on Vinted selling like old pants.
I've seen someone on Facebook Marketplace selling a half-eaten curry.
A half-eaten curry?
A half-eaten curry. It was a half-eaten chicken boona, and they were like, I've only had a little bit. Yours,
you're lying.
I promise you, it was like £5.
£5?
And it was like half-eaten boona, ready to pick up, Stoke-on-Trent. And I was like, you're unhinged. Someone's buying your half-eaten boona.
Do you think that's like a wake-up call for some people if they're going, I first realised I wasn't, I needed help when I was driving to Stoke-on-Trent for a half-eaten lamboona.
Yeah. On the A500.
That's a bleak point in life, isn't it?
Yeah. When do you sit and question it? When you're eating it on that sofa?
I think when the man answers the door and says, you must be here for the boona.
Yeah.
That's not a nice way to be greeted into a home, is it?
No.
Sort of like,
Do you want the booner?
Yeah, do you want the booner?
Are you here for the
Are
booner?
you the booner boy?
Yeah. We've got some Poppadoms in the back. You can have that.
Don't,
we normally use that at Maisie's show.
Triggering.
we use that at Maisie's show normally.
As a heckle.
We're going to go into my favourite section, which is me. I want to know some things about you. So I've got a massive comedy hero when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Victoria Wood.
Oh my
was
God,
my,
the best.
my number one.
Yeah.
Who was your number one?
Victoria Wood was definitely up there.
Yeah.
I really loved like Dawn French and Jennifer Saunders.
Yeah.
I loved Dawn French, and Vicar of Dibley was like a huge part of my upbringing, and then
Yeah.
also like Ab Fab as
Yeah.
well. Like I just loved these women who were really, really funny. I mean, Victoria Wood especially.
Insane.
Like, and going back to talking about like doing the clubs and making people laugh that maybe haven't paid to see you specifically. You watch some clips of Victoria Wood when she's doing her shows, and the audience will pan. And this is like in the 80s, don't forget, going in the 80s. And it's like you've got these sort of straight middle-aged men absolutely cracking up at her.
Yeah.
And you like that's I mean, it's hard now, I think, for some women in comedy, just on the circuit. You're so often the only woman on a lineup. And it's the same for like people of the LGBTQ community. Like they're the only one on the lineup, and you can see certain people in some clubs going when you walk out. Do you know
It's the
what I
gay
mean?
one.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I think when you watch Victoria Wood absolutely smashing it and getting these people, just seeing her not as a woman comedian, not as a female comedian, but they're like, she's managed to make her experience, her perspective on life somehow so relatable to some middle-aged bloke.
Yeah.
You know, just sort of sat there cracking up about her talking about her big pants. Like that's a skill to get to do that. So yeah, she was really, really huge. I loved Lee Evans. I thought like his physicality was really, really funny. I really liked how he would, even before he told the joke, he was funny. Just like the way he'd impersonate a character. If he was impersonating his wife, if he was impersonating his mate, he was like that. There's quite a lot to be learnt from that. Of like, it's not just the joke itself. How can you be funny in other ways and bring a physicality to that?
I miss Lee Evans in the circuit of like comedy.
Yeah.
Like I really, really enjoyed him, but he's retired, hasn't he?
Yeah,
completely?
he like basically. I think from what I've heard, he basically made enough money and thought, I now just want to focus on my family. Because I mean, I'm not even anywhere near the level that he reached of, you know, selling out the O2 Arena and he was in some brilliant films as well as a really great comedic actor. If you've ever seen The Mousetrap, it's him and Nathan Lane and they are just brilliant. But like, he basically just got to a point where I think he went, I've been away from my family for so long. I've earned more money than I ever thought I would. I'm now just going to completely retire
take a step back
and be a dad and a husband for a bit. And I think that's really cool. I think in a world of people going to Riyadh comedy festivals so they can get another yacht or another, you know, £500,000 when they're already earning that from a Netflix special. It's like, well, how much money do you need? How much money do you need? Wait, what is the amount where you'll go, I'm living, I'm smashing life, I'm enjoying life? At what point are you just... I can see how it happens. I think people are just always chasing it, but like, I think it's to be really admired that somebody like Lee Evans just goes, what I've already done was the impossible to a kid growing up.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think as well though, like he's like left it on such a high, but I think selfishly as someone who's a fan, you'd want him to come back because you feel like he's got such a gift that you wish you want him to. And it's a bit like sadly when Victoria Wood passed. Yeah. Like I was devastated when she died.
You knew that she had so much
more to give.
Yeah.
And I was devastated when like that's the only death really, celebrity death that really, really got to me.
I think that's it because and I think that's the thing is when somebody dies and they're still working, like Victoria Wood was still making work, wasn't she? So it felt cruel that she passed. Whereas like I think just knowing that it's his terms, Lee Evans has happily gone away from the comedic spotlight. I'm like, well, if he's happy, I'm happy. And also for every person that you've grown up admiring who continues to make great work that you love, there's a lot that you grow up admiring and then they
go shit.
Well, they just go all like really right wing, or they go, you know, they get really lazy, and they get sort of like, and it's just about chasing money, and they sort of sell out. So, you put it perfectly there. Of like, he went out on a high. He achieved everything he wanted to achieve. Everybody loved him. Also, like, comedic trends change. Maybe what he did then, now some people, you know, social media can be really cruel. Some people might be like, oh, it's not. People now look at stuff like Peter Kay and think it's a bit entry level. I happen to still think it's brilliant. Like, I think he relates to people. He reflects huge people, like corners of society and communities. People look at Peter Kay and go, that's literally my aunt. My aunt does that. Yeah. But some people think it's generic and it's easy comedy or whatever. Yeah. So I quite like, for Lee Evans's sake, I sound like his mum, but like that he's not being put under that sort of spotlight of like, is it good or is he just throwing his arms around? Like, he's smashed it. He did brilliantly. He made me laugh as a kid. He made me want to pursue stand-up.
I've noticed as well, though, when you have these like really big comedic actors that inspired us when we were younger, like you've got your Peter Kay, you've got your Lee Evans, you've got your Victoria Wood, for someone who has such a spotlight on their, not life as such, like when they're on stage, they command an audience. I've always noticed with them people that the fame side does not fucking bother them. Yeah. They will happily just be happy to make jokes to people. Yeah. But the whole doing this to get another yacht doesn't interest them. They're more than happy to just focus on their craft.
I think it's really interesting you bring that up, actually. I think comedians are quite, because their job is to laugh at the world, you know, and point out the things that are ridiculous about the world. You don't want to become, and you're meant to be pointing out the people in, you know, you're taking the mick out of politicians and you're taking the mick out of the royal family. You're making clowns of these pillars of authority.
100%.
So then if you join it, what do you become? You become the butt of your joke. And how are you relatable? How are you going to go into a comedy club and be like, oh, isn't it funny when you're on your third yacht? Like, nobody's going to
No one cares. Like, there's about 3 people in the audience that think, oh, actually, I earn this amount of money. Or and
I think it's interesting. I think comedians, by their very nature, I think also we're incredibly awkward. We weren't the most popular kids at school. We were the ones doing stupid stuff at the back of the classroom to get a laugh.
100%.
So, like, you know, I think, it's really interesting, like when I chat with like influencers or something, they have such a confidence. Don't get me wrong, comedians have a confidence, but the confidence is in like self-deprecation, and it's in like finding little like gags and stuff. Influencers or like presenters, they're very fine like going into that world that is about like, look what I've got, look what I'm offering you, look where I'm going on holiday, do what I'm doing. And I think, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's the space that they occupy. I think comedians naturally feel quite uncomfortable in, or at least I do. I find it horrific. I mean, red carpets is a great example, because red carpets is all about standing the right way, posing the right way, people kind of like dissecting how you look. And we're from a world where you start in dingy comedy clubs where it smells of damp, and you kind of just wear sort of like jeans and a nice top, anything you feel comfortable in. And it doesn't matter really what you're wearing, because what matters is how you're talking to people and how many laughs you're getting. I'd hate to be a A-list actor or something like that, where you just can't, you can't be like that.
I think the world is changing a little bit, in the sense of when I first started all this, it was in lockdown, and I obviously was doing like skits and stuff online to try and make people laugh. That was my main thing. I've always loved making people laugh. That was my... You'll probably find the same. If I make someone in this room laugh, I go,
yeah, totally.
I go, fucking yes, that's great. And then if I do another one, it laugh, I'm like, yes. It eases, like, it makes something in me go, that was great.
Totally.
Well done. And I think, especially for like influencers and stuff, we're very, very different to a world where we were 10 years ago or even 15 years ago, where you'd have a presenter and they would never go off scripts and you don't know anything about the personality, because they're trying to keep certain things hidden, not mentioning any names, but like they're trying to, you know, leave this front. Whereas now, we're in 2026, people can't relate to that.
Yeah.
Because we've survived COVID, where you were in a house, you couldn't leave for 2 years. There was a fucking disease out there where everyone was pretty much dying. and everyone looked at people to try and help them, to try and get like comedy. And I think it's completely shifted in the sense where we don't want to look at someone who's prim and proper on a telly because we can't relate to it, but we can relate to someone who has got a wig on pretending to be a mum because that reminds me of my nan.
Yes.
And I think it's like it's shifted a little bit.
You need to relate to this person. You need to feel a connection.
Do you feel like that's the same with comedy? Like it's shifted?
Yeah. I think so. I think comedy as well, like there's always... It's almost like fashion. There's things that become in trend and there's things that suddenly age very quickly. And that can sometimes mess with your head a bit of like, is the style of comedy that I do going out? Or, you know, like I remember when I broke through, it suddenly became a thing that loads of people were doing shows about quite a hard-hitting subject, but managing to make them funny. And I was like, God, it sounds terrible to say, but being like, God, I don't have a dad who's died, or I don't have a parents who were divorced, or I don't have a horrible story about, you know, a sexual assault or something. What am I gonna talk about? And then actually, and it comes with time, feeling comfortable that what you're offering is fine, and that don't try and be something you're not. I mean, that's advice as old as time, isn't it? But like, it's true, and I think it goes back to that relating thing of like those people doing those shows. It's very important, and they're telling their story. But at the same time, like what you said then about like putting a wig on and being your mum, like that's your perspective on things. Mine, like, you know, this new show is about living with my parents. That is my reality. Moving back in with my parents whilst we're trying to move out. Like that's what I have to offer. But yeah, I think relatability and having a connection with that person is paramount.
What can you see yourself comedy-wise within like the next couple of years, would you say? And obviously you've done your tour, but what could you see yourself or would like to see yourself doing?
Honestly, Luke, I feel like if you'd have asked me that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I'd have had such a clear-cut answer. But my God, the landscape now of like entertainment in general is shifting so quick that I don't even know what the next... I feel like there was a ladder of, you know, when I started, I wanted to start getting paid for stand-up, and then I wanted to play the big clubs, and then I wanted to maybe get signed by a big agent, and then I wanted to maybe get on telly. And maybe then I wanted to like get a Live at the Apollo or a Taskmaster or a Last One Laughing. There's always been a next step. But like telly, we were saying it beforehand, people don't really watch linear television anymore. They were like Last One Laughing has blown up because you hear recommendations and people watch it at their own pace.
Word of mouth,
But are people tuning in at the same time every night to watch the same show? No, not really.
No.
So it's really hard now to kind of go, so what is the next step that looks like success to me? In this ever-changing world where actually like TV has gone from having all the... You used to be able to do a Live at the Apollo and you'd blow up overnight and be able to tour off the back of that. Now, like, don't get me wrong, great show, but like... that versus doing a reel that can absolutely blow up and that can bring you into people's front rooms.
So true.
Is massive. So you used to go on a TV show to get however many million people aware of your work, but you had to impress the producer of that TV show. You had to probably do some sort of audition, or they had to come and see you in a live comedy club to check you were good. You do a reel and it gets 1 million views. You haven't had to go past any gatekeepers of an industry for that, which is brilliant. I love that about social media. It gets a lot of flack and sometimes it's like the quality is watered down. There's a lot of people putting shite out there. But at the same time, something that's good will do well because it's done by people who know who they are, know the content they're wanting to make. Relatable. and if it's relatable, it will get those millions and so it sounds really strange now to be because that's why I say it, I would sit here 10 years ago and go, I'd love to get a Live at the Apollo. Whereas it's sort of weird to sit here now and go, I'd love to get 1 million views on a reel. Like, but really, you're doing it for the same purpose. You're doing it to make people laugh, to make people more aware of your work. So I guess it's a really boring answer, Luke, but it's to build an audience. I'd like more and more people to just enjoy what I do and to have a laugh with me. That's all I want. And if it gets to a point where I can do a Lee Evans. That would be great.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
What a dream that would be.
I don't want to go Riyadh Comedy Festival.
No.
I want to retire and be around my family and have a nice time.
Earn that much fucking money, you go.
That you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
You know, that you can go, we can afford that holiday or we can go here. That's fine. But like, there is a certain point of wealth where you go, you don't need more. You can afford everything that you'd ever want in the world. You don't need to go and sell your soul.
True.
To now be doing more of the stuff that you can already afford to do.
100%.
So yeah, it's a boring answer, but I'd like to just continue building and growing and have the opportunity to work. I'm also very aware that the speed with which you can get work and you can blow up, I'm very aware it can go overnight. So I hope I get to continue doing... We were literally saying, weren't we, before we started recording, what a treat it is to do a job that you love.
100%.
So I think... It sounds so corny. I feel like I'm about to break into We Are the World. But like...
And if you want.
Oh no, you haven't heard me sing. But like... I just want to continue doing a job I love and have more people enjoy it.
Well, I think you're smashing it, my love.
Thank you, likewise.
Thank you.
It's been such a joy, this. Thank you.
Right, I'm going to spin the ball for the last time.
Okay.
Have you had fun?
I've really loved this. Thank you. Yeah.
It's a bit like serious, bit of comedy.
It has, I know.
Bit of dad jokes. That was shit. But other than that...
The dad jokes were truly terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
I did see a smirk, but like you said, it was pity.
You did see a what?
Smirk.
Oh, I thought you said a smear. I thought, no, I've had my legs crossed. My sister pissed me off one night, so I went into her room when she was sleeping and put hair removal cream on her brows. I've had this done to me.
Shut up. Is this you? Was it the person...
No, because it wasn't my brother that did it, but
Right.
put hair removal cream on her brows and some of her hair at the front. She woke up looking like the doll from Toy Story. Oh...
Which one is it? I'm trying to pick... Oh,
That's
it's the one with
dreadful.
the...
Yeah, it's all just like sticking out. Horrific.
That's sad.
Oh, no, that's... My
Quite
sister
iconic,
pissed
actually.
me off one night. That is such an unhinged reaction for one night. Like, again, what is... Like I said to the person who went for a wank in the loo, like, you can't start with that. You need to tell me what made you horny, what made you so pissed off that this was the only viable option.
Yeah.
Because she needs to have done something terrible for this to be the reaction. And even then, I don't know, Matt, I'd be like, I think you might have overreacted there.
I used to terrorise my sister. I mean, I was obviously a boy, and I used to do all like the WWF moves on her. Do you know back in the day?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, and I used
Jumping
to like...
off the sofa on
yeah,
her. Yeah,
I used to do like the fucking DDT. I used to do the people's elbow on her. And I mean, I used to terrorise her.
Yeah.
Like, there was times when I was like, shit, like, bordering on abuse, actually.
Yeah.
And if I woke up and
Yeah.
my eyebrows were gone and my hair, a little bit of hair was gone, I'd gone fair play because I
Really?
pushed you to that point. But for one night, no.
I know what you mean. It's not. It's so. The thing is, like, you can't do anything about. I went to a house party when I was like 16. Someone put Veet on my eyebrows, and I woke up with no eyebrows. Had to go work in fat face the next day.
Not fat face.
My boss was like, "What's happened to your face?" I was like, I don't have eyebrows." He was like, "Oh, yeah, that's it." You just sort of look permanently surprised. I was like, "No, there's just no eyebrows," sort of bringing it down. It was absolutely horrific. He put me on delivery in the basement because he said it.
Scared the customers.
Customer facing.
Do you? Did you cry? Because that made me cry.
I think I sort of like. I think I'd got so drunk the night before that I wasn't sure if I'd made such a tit of myself and therefore wasn't in a position to be pointing fingers, going, "Who did this?"
Yeah.
So I thought, "Oh God, I've probably been a terror."
Yes.
Last night, I've probably been. This is probably well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
How long did it take to grow back? Because eyebrows take a while.
Yeah, like weeks, months. And I didn't know who did it. And then I remember like a few weeks into like going back to school, it was a lad in my English class called Fergus who just sort of like mentioned one day, he was like, "Oh yeah, because when I put Veet on your eyebrows at KP's house party," I was like, "Beg your pardon?" And I'll be honest, Fergus did not know me well enough to be Veeting my eyebrows.
No.
Like we had mutuals, do you know what I mean? We weren't tight.
No. Why? No.
I think you need to be. You can only Veet someone's eyebrows if you're confident that they would ask you to be a bridesmaid.
I feel like the only
that
thing,
level.
like best friend level, I think should only be feet in your arsehole. Do you know what I mean?
Do you have a mate that you would trust to veet your arsehole?
Yeah.
You'd veet his arsehole? You have vetoed his arsehole, I can tell.
Yes. No, do you know what it was?
You've got a sort of 1,000-yard stare going on.
I basically said, I think I've got a spot on my arse, and he's like, oh, just feel. So then I said, no, I think it's inside, in the bum hole.
Yes.
And he was like, I was trying to take a photo and I couldn't. I said, can you just see if there's a spot in my bum hole?
Question, and please don't look into why this is my first question.
Go on.
For him to examine it, were you on all fours or did you have to sit back and spread?
Sit back and spread.
Sit back and spread.
Yeah. Sit back and spread, legs behind my head.
Yep.
He didn't touch, but he just looked and he said, no, I think you're fine. Whilst my boyfriend walked in and he went, what's going on? And I was like, I'm just seeing I've got a spot on my arse. And he went, oh, right, okay.
Lovely.
He's used to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you like that with your best mates?
Sort of got the image in my head.
I can send you a picture later if you want.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Use it on your stand-up.
Yeah.
Have you ever close to your best friends like that?
I don't think I've ever shown... I'm going to put myself out there and say I don't think I've ever shown my best friend my arsehole.
Have you ever shown your vagina to your best mate?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you would go for a wee together, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I remember, yeah.
I felt like you were going to say something and you were like, I need to stop myself.
Yeah, I did.
That was the time.
And then I was like, do you remember earlier when I was like, you've got to be careful what stories you talk about on stage because are you laughing with yourself? And I was like, no, the butt of the story I'm about to tell, the butt of the joke is my friend Liv. So,
have you had fun?
I've loved this.
Oh,
I really have. I really, really have. I feel like I know you on a
Arsehole level.
On a deeper level, in a way that I feel like I have a visual image of your rectum in my mind.
It's a good rectum.
And I can't say, listen, I've been on a podcast before and people do shit jokes that, you know, you had a crossover with GK Barry there, but you know what? GK Barry never told me about her bumhole.
I'm surprised, actually.
Really?
Yeah, she's quite open.
Yeah. In that way?
In the pardon the pun. But she is. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Lovely, thank you so much.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Make sure you come back after your tour. I want to hear all about it.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Yeah. How many dates altogether?
Oh, I think like 75.
Where do people need to go if they want to buy a ticket?
Right, I'm really proud of this. Are you ready?
Go on.
Have you got a pen? It's maisieadam.com. We've got the .com. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you brought that,
Don't
haven't
worry
you?
about it. Yeah, I'm not a .org UK anymore.
.com. Someone's got money from Last One Laughing.
Exactly. That Last One Laughing money came in and it went straight
on a hyperlink.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to Live, Laugh, Loot. Guys, the comedy legend, the one and only Maisie Adam. Woo!